Hey guys, Scrollwarder here, back again with another action figure review. Today I'll be taking a look at the long-awaited Mythic Legion's Poxxus wave, Samyrr Scrollwarder, the quote-unquote Gandalf the Great of the land of Mythos, as it were, and of course this is brought to us by the fine folks over at Horsemen Studios, and was the first figure revealed from this wave. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I was not very excited when this guy was revealed. Yeah, I was stoked to get a kind of, you know, as I mentioned before, Gandalf the Grey looking wizard dude for the Mythic Legions line, but, you know, I'm more into the evil characters, so of course Arazak, we looked at yesterday, is my preferred wizard of the two kind of elderly wizards here. But I'm glad I have this figure. I'm glad I went all in and got this figure because he is pretty freaking cool. He's got a lot of accessories, and aside from not having, you know, a magic effect for his hand, he's got the whole 9 yards going for him. So, but with that being said, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review. Take a look-see at Samyrr's accessories here, starting off with the alternate hands, which are a kind of flip-flop version of what he's got. And as I mentioned in the Thrace Wraithhaler video from a couple days ago, you're going to want to be careful with these 2.0 hands. When swapping them, I kind of turn them a little bit as I pop them out, and they usually pop out. I don't know why the one Thrace hand had to be a jerk face and do what it did, but I haven't had that problem with any of the other hands I've tried to pop out. That said, I don't think I ever tried to pop out that open hand on Arazak. Not sure if I will or not, but I guess we can wait and see if that goes well or not. Knock on wood, it does. That said, we also get a pair of grip hands with the inappropriate hinges for holding weapons. Said those are just going to go in a bag. I don't know why we get those. I prefer the up and down hinge. And then we get some kind of gesture style hands. These could be, of course, for casting spells and whatnot, but they're kind of like the extra set of Arazak hands in that they have a bit more of a gesture going on. That said, we do get this kind of charged up head for Samyrr, and as you can see, he is Indian in ethnicity, which is very interesting. That said, there's a lot of Middle Eastern elements within the is it Complication of Basilia, and to an extent the Circle of Poxxus, and even like the Sons of the Red Star. A little bit of that going on, a little Middle Eastern vibes. So that's pretty cool. I dig that. But that is his kind of charged up head. He's got some aura going on there. And then last but not least, as far as accessories not on his person, we get the staff with the magic effect that wraps around it. You can of course take this off. It's kind of like a little magic orb thing. I guess you could try and get this on the arm, but it is a bit heavy for that. Then as far as the top of the staff goes, does this one not pop apart? I want to say this one maybe comes apart, but maybe it doesn't. I'm not going to bust it to find out. Yeah, I don't see... I guess this one doesn't come apart. And I guess before we do size comparisons, while I'm in between segments there, I will check the one from the accessory set, because they do give you the same wand in there too, or staff, whatever you want to call it. So taking a closer look at good old Samyrr here. Pop him off his stand there. He looks pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I dig him. Because he's a 2.0, I'm not going to run down the articulation. I did that with the Thrace video, so I'm going to try and make this as short and sweet as I can. That said, you can see he's got these little potion bottles on his belt there. He's got the same belt as Arazak, so again, be careful you don't want to pop it apart on the back or pop it loose, what have you. He comes with this little spell book. This is the same book I had on Arazak, but this one actually came with him. The one I have on Arazak came from the accessory set. And on this side, we got a couple scrolls there. Which, honestly, I kind of prefer the thick scroll to the skinny one, just because they're a little tricky to keep in the belt there. But you can manage it for the most part. And unlike my Arazak, this guy did not have any wires that were like poking through the robe. That I've noticed anyway. Maybe there's one here. Let's see what's going on over here. I don't think that's sticking out. I think that's just kind of on the cusp there. But nothing really like poking out and jabbing me and whatnot, which is good. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of the wired stuff anyways. I kind of wish this was not wired, or, you know, had a thicker wire in it, because it seems very thin. I will say the fabric used is fine. That feels pretty decent. And then he's got this nice big cloak here. I'm not sure why the cloak is blue and the rest of the robe is like this almost yellowish, brownish, tannish color. But it looks good. Looks good on him. The sleeves can pose or be adjusted to look like they're just kind of hanging down like that, so that's cool. And if I pull the hood back, you can see his regular head, which does not have the aura glow going on, and his beard does inhibit articulation a little bit, but you get plenty out of it. I mean, it's not bad. I will say, of all the 2.0s in this wave, this guy had the tightest torso, so that's nice. But that's pretty much it for Samyrr. You know, the book is on a chain there. I did connect that to the belt before I put it on the figure. But that's Samyrr in a nutshell. He's pretty cool. You know, I'm glad I got him. But at the same time, of the different wizards we have, Arazak is still my favorite. I like him a lot. So, setting him up here. Why don't we actually give him his staff? Which, again, I don't think comes apart anywhere. Oh, there it goes. Alright, it comes apart right there. So, that's good to know. You can take it apart there. And that'll make the effect a little easier to get on there. Pop his arm up there. Slip this into his hand. There. There is Samyrr with his staff in hand. Looking pretty sweet indeed. So, with that being said, it is time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Samyrr Scrollwarder, alongside the only other member from the complication of Basilia I have that also happens to be from the same wave, the Poxxus wave, of course. We have Zende Amathir, who I will have a review going up of later today, actually, because it's 2 for Tuesdays, remember. And then we have who I think is the arch nemesis of Samyrr Scrollwarder, Arazak, who is, of course, from the Circle Poxxus. And, again, I like Arazak a lot more. He is super cool, but don't get it twisted. Samyrr is a very strong release in this line, and a pleasant surprise to me personally. So let's get these two out of here. Pop the camera there. Bring in our two regulars. Brother Mandibulus. And Mkay, 11 Spawn, the infamous Mkay, 11 Spawn, who, of course, as usual, towers over at everyone, because that's just what this figure does. That said, are we ever going to get like a cool articulated Cagliostro for the Spawn line? Because having a Samyrr standing here kind of reminds me of that character a little bit. You know, kind of an old mentor type character. You really see him fulfilling that role. But with that being said, you know, wish list aside, it's time now that we wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and if a quote-unquote traditional old man Gandalf the Grey looking wizard is what you wanted for your Mythic Legions collection, then you're in luck, because good old Samyrr Scrollwarder is your man. However, of the two, we'll say elderly wizards in this line, I much rather prefer Arazak. I mean, you can't go wrong with an evil, bad-arse looking wizard, right? But I will tell you, I am glad that I have Samyrr here, and I like him a lot more than I did when he was revealed. Back when he was revealed, he was not one of the ones I was most looking forward to, despite the fact that I did want a wizard for my Legions collection. But, you know what they say, different strokes for different folks. That said, on top of the fact that this figure comes with a lot of really cool accessories, you could spruce him up with some of the accessories from the effects packs, and really make him stand out on the shelf as one of the more powerful looking characters in the realm of Mythos, despite the fact that he is tacking on the years there. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.